it's another SoTellUs Time, and boy, is today an exciting SoTellUs Time. So, at the time of this recording, it is actually Monday. Monday, what's the date today, Troy? Do you know? The 4th. Monday the 4th. And you'll be listening to this on Tuesday, the 5th. But as of right now, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp are all down. Oh my gosh. I'm sure you already know this because you've all jumped on this morning. Everybody wakes up, they roll over, they grab their phones, they try to get onto Instagram or onto Facebook or whatever that is. And it probably didn't load for you. Now, on the apps, it actually would load, but it was only loading what it had previously been able to get. It wouldn't load anything new. And if you tried to go to stories, it wouldn't load anything. I'm sure especially influencers right now are freaking out. So many companies have built their business off of social media, and not just like influencers. I know a bunch of companies like car detailing companies and all these different types of businesses, roofers and, window tinting and window cleaning and just everything, even carpet cleaners, everybody. I've seen so many businesses as of late that are building their companies based off of mainly Instagram and Facebook and social media marketing in general, right? And so they've all got to be kind of freaking out. The funny thing is we've got, in the year and a half I've been building our Instagram, and that's SoTellUs Time. So if you're not following us on SoTellUs Time, you can't go do it right now, but you can go follow us later. We've built that up to over, I think it's like 23,000 followers now in the year and a half that we've been doing it. And Facebook, between our multiple pages that we have, we've got 10 to 20,000 followers, I think, on that as well. And to be honest with you, I'm actually like, who cares? I'm happy. Social media is kind of like, it's a good and a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword. It's awesome that we can communicate and be in touch with people we haven't seen in a long time, which is what it was originally built for. And then now it's evolved into this whole, networking group where you can communicate with your customers, right? You can sell new customers. You can advertise your business and all these things. And then it's also become a big, huge political beast. I was just reading an article the other day that says Facebook came out with a statement that says, well, we don't really think that we, sway anybody when it comes to politics or, anything that's been going on in the world as of late. I don't even have to go into it. You know what I'm talking about. Since 2022 or since 2020. But, that's hilarious because Congress, as of right now, they're putting up bills to try to tell Facebook that they have to break up their, conglomerate, that they need to sell off Instagram, they need to sell off WhatsApp, that they are a monopoly. So if, the government's getting involved, that it's gotten pretty big, and absolutely they can sway things like votes and stuff like that. And then also all the disinformation. We've got the fact checkers. Let me put my air quotes up. The fact checkers. That half the time their fact checking has nothing to do with facts. It's the fact checker's opinion. And if you read them, you'll see that. So there's a lot of problems with social media right now that we all know of. And so I'm kind of like, it's a nice little break. And we've even, like I said, we've even built ours up pretty big. If it went away completely, which it won't, but if it did, that would be an avenue of communication and sales that would go away for my company. But I don't know that I'd be totally devastated over it. Like, I know, Troy, you don't love social media either, right? Like, no. You definitely just use it for communicating with the people that you want to stay in touch with and things like that. Yes. And so it's just big news. This is the first time that I can recall that Facebook and Instagram has been down for a long period of time, right, Troy? I don't know the last time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been quite a while.
Been quite a while. In fact, as of right now, Instagram is for sure still down. It says, sorry, we're working on it. They were down. Like, it had a 505 error and all this stuff. So it's pretty interesting. So today we want to talk about, can you hear me? Can you hear me, people? Can you still communicate with your clients? How do you communicate with existing clients, and how do you reach potential clients? That's what today's all about, and it's spurred on by what's happening. There are influencers, there are businesses that are literally freaking out right now because if Instagram was down for days, they would lose money, big money. If Instagram was down for weeks, what would they do? Even Instagram being down for hours, and Facebook. That is their communication and that is their marketing. And they have built it all based off of other people's platforms, which can always be dangerous. If you guys follow ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson, one of his big things back in the day when he first started really pushing the whole funnel thing was moving your communication, moving your traffic off of these other social sites and into your own sites, like your websites, your funnels, your own lists. So today we're going to be talking about how can you still communicate, or how should you be communicating with existing customers as well as potential customers? Because this goes hand in hand with, just communicating with the customers that you have, but also marketing to potential and new customers. Right, Troy?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. Go ahead, Troy.
All right. So again, we've talked about, Trevor just talked about how Facebook and Instagram have been down. And if you're reliant on one form of communication, if you have any sort of an outage, it's going to interrupt your business, your marketing, your customer service, everything. So what should you do? You should have multiple channels of communication. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to kind of very quickly today go through the various channels of communication, what you should be using them for, and then you need to figure out which ones you're good at and which ones you need to make better.
Yep.
So the first channel of communication we're going to talk about is email. Like yes. Trevor said, are you getting your customers or your prospective customers out of these other platforms and into a place where you can communicate with them directly? So Facebook goes down, no big deal. I can send out an email to all of my list and I can get my information out to them.
And I'll give you an example of that real quick, Troy, because the email list was what it all used to be, right? It was all about email lists, and that kind of disappeared, not disappeared, but like wasn't talked about as much since social media has been in the game. But the funny thing is, we just launched SoTellUs Chat, which is awesome. It's this chat feature on your website where you can communicate with customers, generate new leads, all this stuff. And it's done in a way that only we build things, which is all about, marketing and growing your business and everything. So like that. Well, we just used our email list and about 19,000 people and sent it out to all of them and had a huge response. We had a huge response. We had all these people signing up, emailing in, commenting, getting in contact with us because they wanted to implement the new SoTellUs Chat. And then I told Troy today, I said, hey, so today we sent out the emails on Thursday or Friday of last week, had all weekend for those emails to resonate with people, and then had a huge response. Today, Troy, I'm going to work on releasing it to Facebook on our different channels. Then tomorrow I'll do Instagram and our different channels, and I was talking about all these different things. Well, the funny thing is boom, today Facebook and Instagram are down. I couldn't do it. I couldn't continue. So what did I do? I went back to our email list and sent out the second email that I was planning for next week that says, hey, did you miss this? You don't want to miss out. So I had a different way to be able to communicate with people, or multiple channels, so that if one goes down, we can continue to do that, right?
Exactly. So one thing you want to, make sure you're doing is creating that list, right? Your email list. But then you also want to make sure that you're keeping that list warm, meaning that you continually are sending out stuff to them, because if it gets cold, then you're going to have a harder time getting your emails to those people. Mm-hmm. So constantly sending out good information to them will keep that email list warm. The next thing is your phones, right? Do you have a customer service line that your customers can call in and actually talk to you? Do you have automated voicemails that go out that you can blast out to all of your customers to let them know about something, maybe a new feature, a new service, or maybe like Facebook, maybe there's an issue with the service. You need to let people know. That's a great way to do it. So having your phones, and that means having your customers' phone numbers as well. There's a lot of businesses we talk to that they have their customers' emails, but they never take the time to gather their customers' phone numbers. And then they can't communicate with them that way. So
Right.
having those phone numbers is really important. Another one is text message. Making sure once you've got those phone numbers, which ones of those can you actually send text messages to? Have they opted in so that you can send them a text message? So that you can send them reminders, so that you can send marketing out to them. That is a great way to reach your customers instantly, right? Because we all know that it's like 90% of text messages are looked at within the first 3 minutes of them being received. So that's an instant way to get out to your customers. So you should be building up that list, right, of people that you can send text messages to. Another one that's a little bit slower, takes a little bit longer, is your mailers. Are you sending out marketing to your customers or potential customers? Are you sending out birthday cards to your existing customer base to, stay at top of mind with them? Are you sending them reminders of upcoming appointments, through the mail? There's lots of things that you can do with mail, direct mail, but you got to make sure that you're capturing, again, their information up front so that you can mail stuff out to them in the future. And then, as Trevor talked about, social media. That's another really big one. So again, you can't control Facebook, but you might have a Facebook group that you control, and you can get out to your customers through the Facebook group. You may have Facebook Messenger that you're using, where you can communicate with your clients or potential clients through Messenger. So that's good to have as well. But again, like today where it went down, that wouldn't be, they wouldn't be able to get a hold of you. And then with like Instagram and some of the other social media sites, having your followers that you can reach out to with posts and with stories, really important. And then like YouTube, having your subscribers, getting that out there. So, again, like Trevor said, he wasn't able to utilize Facebook and Instagram today, but he could direct people over to our YouTube channel where they could watch a video, right? He could reach out to them that way by uploading a new video saying, hey, check out this additional feature. And then they were all notified through YouTube. So you want to make sure that you're not reliant on one social media, that you have multiples. And now, like, unfortunately, as we see today, when multiple social media platforms are all controlled by one company, that can be a problem. So make sure that you're spreading it out across different companies, different platforms. And then, of course, the big one, Trevor mentioned it, which is chat. Giving your customers the ability to reach out to you via chat. So that's kind of a one-way communication in that you're not reaching out to them via chat, but you're giving them the ability to reach out to you. So if Facebook Messenger is down, they can go to the website, they can chat, right? Or if they don't have the opportunity to make a phone call to talk to you right then, they can do a quick chat. So having those different channels, multiple channels of communication is going to help you protect your business.
That's right.
And it's going to make your customers happy because not everybody wants to communicate the same way.
Absolutely.
You will never catch me jumping on Facebook Messenger or even Facebook and chatting with a business through Facebook. That's just not something I would do. But I will definitely, email them. I will use their phone. If they have chat, I will absolutely
Troy's
chat with them
preferred method of communication is chat, because he's like, it's so non-committal. I don't have, I can exit out whenever I want. And so he loves to chat. He's always looking for a website's chat feature, right?
Yep, exactly. All right, Trevor, what's the homework for today?
All right, well, homework. And before we jump into homework, and that's the thing is, it's not about just communicating with existing customers, guys. This is about, a lot of people are freaking out today because their marketing has stopped. They, based all of their marketing on Instagram and Facebook. That's crazy. And this is why we're always talking to you guys about different avenues of revenue. And that goes hand in hand with what we're talking about today, the communication. That is still communicating. Marketing is communication. So all of the people that are spending all this money with Instagram and Facebook, their marketing stopped all day today. All day. What if it goes till tomorrow? What if it goes till the next day? I mean, some of these people, their business relies on the opt-ins they're getting every single day, the leads they're generating, and their sales teams closing them, or the sales that they're getting every single day. So different avenues of marketing, different avenues of communication, and different avenues of revenue. We talk about this all the time, and here's a prime example. I hope you guys aren't feeling the pain. I hope that you aren't one of the businesses out there that hasn't been taking our advice and is only doing Instagram and Facebook. It was funny. I actually just got hit up today. Isaac sent over a customer, said, hey, this customer's wondering if you can do Facebook ads for them and take on some Facebook marketing. And the funny thing was, is I was like, no, we're full. We're just swamped already. But I was like, funny timing. Did you let them know that Facebook's down? Do they really want to start ads today? I don't think so. So make sure you guys are setting all this up. The homework for today is optimize all of your channels of communication that you're using so that you can, have multiple ways. And if you're only using one, get out there and figure out how to implement other options. So like we said, having a chat, that is sales and communication with existing customers, sales for new customers. Email, same thing, communication and sales. Social media, email, communication and sales. Phone calls, web forms, SEO, PPC, all of these things get your message out and in front of existing and potential customers. So don't get sucked into one avenue of communication, revenue, and marketing. So get out there, look at your business. Actually, I guess I should say, stay in today or stay in sometime this week and focus internally on your business and look at what needs to be expanded or built better. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this SoTellUs Time. We are so happy to be with you guys every week. We love you. We're always going to jump on and do the most important and up-to-date things that we can, which is right now, I think a lot of people feeling the pain of Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp. So I know businesses use WhatsApp for communication as well. All right. We will catch you guys on the next episode of SoTellUs Time.